I'm Erica Natividad at the intersection of Simcoe and Richmond in downtown Toronto. If you frequent this area, you may notice a new addition, those traffic lights there. They were put into effect yesterday, but here's the thing, they are just steps away from these lights here at University. It's been causing some headaches for drivers in the area and has many people questioning whether the implementation of these lights should have been done at all.
I think it's pointless.
Yeah.
Because there's a light 20 meters away.
Yeah.
But I do think that there needed to be some type of control for the pedestrian traffic. But I think the lights are just going to cause a lot of issues with the traffic control coming from University.
I think it's a good idea because there's all sorts of people on Richmond. It's very busy on Richmond, and people jumping into the one-way traffic. It's needed here. I cross here every single day.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that cross the street and often cars don't notice.
It was a concern for safety that prompted the city to look into the installation of these lights. According to stats from Toronto Police, between 2014 and 2016, there were 21 collisions at this intersection. Those who frequent this area say they used to see pedestrians risk their safety daily just to get from one side of the street to the next on Richmond without having to go all the way to University to cross safely at those traffic lights. But we counted, and the distance from Simcoe here to University, it's just about 50 steps, or actually probably about 5 car lengths. Some people would say that, pedestrians, they could probably just walk down to University and cross there instead of having a light here. What would you say?
Nobody's ever going to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, could they? Yeah, sure they could, but nobody's ever going to do that.
How much of an inconvenience do you think it would be for people to just walk down the street and cross down at University?
It is not an inconvenience.
Yeah.
No one's going to do it,
Yeah.
but it's not that big of an inconvenience.
All right.
Knowing I was one of those people. So.
I think it's fair to have it. It will back up traffic, absolutely, but I think safety of pedestrians and drivers is really key, so it's probably most important.
And that was an issue for drivers over the past 24 hours. With so little distance between the two lights, motorists have so far been in a bind. Those turning from University onto Richmond have little space to do so, and the traffic already going west on Richmond can get stuck. Back in 2017, a report from Transportation Services acknowledged these issues, addressing the potential for traffic spillover, congestion, and delays. But it said these difficulties could be alleviated by coordinating traffic signals and implementing potential turn restrictions. Now, these lights cost the city approximately $200,000 to install, and some have said, why not save that money? Why not just maybe ticket those jaywalkers to deter them from crossing here and putting their safety at risk? Well, I spoke to Sergeant Brett Moore with Traffic Services, and he said technically jaywalking isn't illegal.
That is something that is often misunderstood. Jaywalking is a term that's sort of just has been used sort of around North America. In some municipalities, some cities, it is illegal, but in Toronto, there's no, if you will, jaywalking charge on the books. The only thing that's close is if somebody's crossing the road, if you will, mid-block, and interfering with traffic.
Now, Toronto Police are currently in the midst of a pedestrian safety campaign for March break. Sergeant Brett Moore ultimately says the onus is on drivers to be aware of their surroundings and to be careful, but for pedestrians as well, they're warned to only cross when it is safe, of course.